Welcome everyone to our today's lesson, and this lesson is proudly brought to you by Cardano Africa Academy, where we pick key issues on the Cardano ecosystem and simplify it for our community members. Yes, so today we will be looking at Yoroi, now transitioning into SecondFi, and what we need to know about the transition. And also there was a security exploit in this month of June, which we need to let community members know so they can stay up to date and beware of scammers who will try possible ways to use this exploit to still dupe members of their assets on the Yoroi wallet. Alright, so we are going to look at that in detail. Yes, I think I've gotten a lot of calls from some community members. The question was, initially it was funny for me, so I laughed, but then I realized it was a serious issue that probably the community member just needed an update on what's currently going on, because I think I had a series of calls that some were saying they cannot see their Yoroi wallet app on their phones any longer. They have checked through, but they can't find it. And they were like, what's the issue? Are their funds safe? And I was like, yes, there's no issue. It's just that Yoroi had to transition. They have transitioned from the legacy name Yoroi to SecondFi. So you realize that you may not see Yoroi as it used to be with its logo on your app, but then you might see SecondFi. Yes, so if your phone is definitely on auto update, probably it had made that update, and once that update is complete, you realize that the Yoroi would have disappeared, then it will be SecondFi. But what the team have also done is that even though you see SecondFi as the main name, but in brackets you still see Yoroi written. And after they went to check, they realized, yeah, that's true. And so this video will first of all explain in brief the transition and what the transition actually means, and what improvements has been made. And once you get to understand this, then definitely you are also able to talk to your peers on the major update or upgrade that took place on Yoroi, and also the security breach that occurred. You will be able to stay alert and secure your assets. Alright, so for this lesson, we actually have our interactive article for the month of June ready, and that is solely for Yoroi SecondFi. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll quickly move to that site, and then I think I've already shared a link to some of our community platforms, so for you to read on the transition and what you need to actually know. But for the lesson, for the sake of this lesson, we will definitely look at that as well. Okay, so this is our interactive Cardano article for June 2026. As you can see, prepared by Cardano Africa Academy. Yes, and we also have the official sources where we gathered information. So within the entire article, there are some places you definitely see links to our verified sources where we picked our information from. Alright, so these are the chapters 2, interactive chapters. Once you click on them, you are able to actually move to those individual sections to read in detail about the information that it covers. Alright, so chapter 1, the Yoroi legacy, historical anchor, Yoroi. So Yoroi was launched in 2018 by Emugo. That's the official arm, the official commercial arm and co-founding entity of the Cardano blockchain. So Yoroi initially was designed to serve as Cardano's light client shield. The name itself stems from the traditional samurai armor, signaling its protective custody mandate. So that's a brief overview of how Yoroi started. So prior to Yoroi's arrival, Cardano participants were reliant on a dead loss. So that is a full node client that requires downloading the entire transaction ledger of Cardano onto the user's hard drive. So dead loss presented high hardware demands and substantial synchronization delay times. So as a result of this, Yoroi decoupled Cardano's cryptographic layer, pioneering a system of remote node APIs called the Remote Fetcher Protocol, combined with Emugo's highly optimized Rust cryptography library. Yes, so Yoroi was actually developed to help users have to easily manage their assets on a more lighter wallet, unlike dead loss where you had to download almost the entire Cardano blockchain onto your hard disk device. So imagine you don't have that hardware resources that can house the blockchain. You realize that you will not really enjoy the usage or transactions on the Cardano blockchain. So that's what brought about Yoroi. And once Yoroi came into being, so over the past 8 years, Yoroi has consistently protected 6.28 billion ADA in delegation, acting as the primary catalyst for Cardano's decentralized network consensus and liquid staking architecture. So we've had over 6 billion ADA staked with Yoroi, and open source ledger integration, so built to be fully audit transparent. So the code base for Yoroi is what open source, so where developers and also cryptographic firms are able to review the code base of Yoroi and also help forward improvement. Yes, so Yoroi has actually been a pace setter and a game changer in the Cardano blockchain. So the SecondFi vision, so that's the Neofinance pivot. So on April 21st, 2026, that's just 2 months ago, Emugo unveiled its next generation platform identity, and that's SecondFi. So this pivot officially rolling out on mainnet in June 2026. That's the version 10. Version 10.0.3 was a strategic expansion from a traditional Cardano specific light wallet architecture into a multi-chain Neofinance platform. Yes, so unlike Yoroi that was built purposely to support native Cardano assets or tokens, SecondFi actually brought so much impact and innovativity to the Yoroi Wallet, where SecondFi now is a multi-chain wallet where you can manage assets from Bitcoin to Ethereum to Cardano, among others. So a whole lot more of what cryptocurrencies can be managed. So that actually expands or rewrites the narrative from just a Yoroi that was a Cardano centric wallet to SecondFi that becomes what a multi-chain wallet that supports thousands of what different assets. So the moniker SecondFi indicates a second home for your money. So basically that is what SecondFi depicts, a second home for your money, specifically focusing on bridging on-chain decentralized assets with real-world everyday payment utility. So that is actually great. So let's see some of the key innovations with the major transition from Yoroi to SecondFi. So we have what self-custody debit card via WireX. So rather than converting crypto to cash on dynamic centralized custodial brokerages, SecondFi introduced an integrated Visa debit card powered by WireX. Because it is a self-custody debit platform, users retain absolute ownership of their on-chain assets like ADA and stablecoins in their private wallet until the exact millisecond of the purchase swipe at any of the 100 million plus Visa certified retail environments worldwide. So this is actually a game-changing moment for SecondFi, because they allowing the integration of Visa debit card is game-changing. Yeah, so just as you spend money with your debit cards, anywhere you go where there's these retail Visa card machines, you can also spend your ADA in that regard, or any other crypto that is supported by by SecondFi in that regard. So this is actually bringing crypto to the ordinary user, so that adoption will become very, very great. So if you want to really read more on how this was done, so the link is there. So read Amigo Unveiling Press release. So this article was carefully written with much interactivity and pointing to sources where you can actually read more. So we encourage that you read into details if you really want to know more about SecondFi. Then we also have what multi-chain and real-world asset expansion. So historically, Yoroi supported only native Cardano tokens, but to survive in a broader finance spectrum, SecondFi integrates multi-chain mechanics directly into its dashboard, so users can easily manage over 10,000 distinct assets across major networks, including Cardano, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, without switching clients or setting up discrete recovery phrase chains. Additionally, it provides saving tools directly plugged into real-world asset yield models. Yes, so that is another advantage of SecondFi, because it has become a multi-chain platform, and also allows for real-world assets expansion, where you can easily manage and assess over 10,000 distinct assets. So this is game changing. Yes, and so let's also look at the comparison dashboard. So you see the blue line, that's the Yoroi wallet, so that is what we have here. Then is it the purple? That's SecondFi. So you can actually see the huge difference here. So with network security standards. So you realize that SecondFi actually has improved a lot of its security, since it's integrating several other blockchains or cryptocurrencies. Then also governance delegation, so you can see it's now much more effective on SecondFi. So applies towards UX loading efficiencies. So the purple lines you are seeing, so you realize that Yoroi just tackled handled a little aspect of everything, spanning from network security to governance delegations to UX loading efficiencies to real-world yield options to retail card integrations to supported on-chain assets. So you see that Yoroi wasn't really doing much with respect to with that. So with network security standards, yes. So Yoroi is rated 95. Same applies to SecondFi. But then with this breach that happened, I don't know whether the statistics would have changed. Yes, then we also have supported on-chain assets. So 98 for SecondFi. Then we have 30 for Yoroi, and so on and so forth. So once you interact with the chart, you should be able to read more. So when we also come to assets coverage, so let's see the comparison between Yoroi. So Yoroi could handle about unique trackable Web3 assets, about 250 assets. But then when it comes to SecondFi, so you can see the margin. Yeah, so SecondFi currently supports up to 10,000 plus Web3 assets. So that is a huge milestone. So we also have the technical dive, technical deep dive. So you can actually read more on the BIP44 derivation path structure, the Cardano EUTXO or UTXO model mechanics. Then we also have the volatile governance and CIP 1694 mechanics. So you can read more about that. All right. So now, where one of our major focus is the hot incident advisory that happened between June 23rd and 24th, 2026, just a few days back. Yes. So the June 2026 Security Exploit and Recovery Portal. All right. So let me zoom so we can see it clearly. So on June 23rd, 2026, SecondFi disclosed a critical localized security exploit involving a cryptographic address and private key generation vulnerability within its native wallet generation software. So the loophole allowed attackers to exploit the key derivation sequence at the address and signature level, affecting approximately 374 newly derived addresses and resulting in an illegal draining of 16 million ADA, valued at roughly 2.4 million US dollars. So with the security exploits that happened, SecondFi actually lost this amount, 16 million ADA, and it stated that about 374 wallets were affected in that process. So we need to take note of that. Yes, and so right now, when you even move to your Yoroi wallet or your SecondFi wallet on your app, you realize that they are saying it's on what maintenance mode, so you can't really access anything. So you need to be conscious of that. Yes, because some of you even notify me that what's happening to the wallet, it has been on maintenance mode for some days. So without having to answer everyone, I quickly had to put this video together so that you can go through and be on standby for any update. Yes, and also stay safe from what scammers. So the 129 million ADA rescue operation. So to protect the remaining wallets during active exploit attempt, SecondFi SCORE team successfully executed emergency rescue measures, securing 129 million ADA by moving them to a secure, independent third-party custodian. So this is what SecondFi has done. So to still, we don't know whether the exploit is over or it's still in session. So they were able to secure 129 million ADA, moved it successfully to a third-party custodian platform, so to be able to secure it from what further attacks and drain. So don't worry, right after the maintenance mode, your assets will still be intact and secured. And also, as it stands now, if you really want to make any transaction, try and probably install other native Cardano as wallets. So we have the Lace wallet, among others. You can also we have Eternal as well. So you can use some of the native Cardano wallets at the moment for transactions and other stuffs, and be patient with SecondFi, formerly Yoroi, for now, because until we get another announcement that now the platform is safe to use, do not risk further for search. Alright, so the Hotfix version 10.0.6 deployed. So partnering with top tier cybersecurity groups and blockchain intelligence firm Slowmist, SecondFi identified the wallet loophole, closed the key generation vulnerability, and deployed security patches in what version 10.0.16. So SecondFi, they are actively working in order to make sure our assets are safe and their platform is also safe. So so there are several scenarios we can look at depending on wallet holder. So select your scenario to unlock precise instructions derived from official Mugo statements. So let's say I am unaffected, so that means funds safe. So what do? So standard security status verified secure. So if your balance remains intact, your wallet key did not fall into the vulnerable SAP batch. So no private seed phrases on users' local client enclaves were leaked or decrypted. So so if you are not part of the 374, then that means your funds are unaffected. Then we have the other one, I am impacted. So what that means is your funds are drained. So Amigo and SecondFi have officially, so immediate asset restitution procedure. Amigo and SecondFi have officially initialized a dedicated recovery desk. If you are one of the 374 impacted addresses, follow this explicit security protocol. So one, submit a compensation claim, so which you can access on the Yoroi support deck. So make sure you go to their website, and then once you realize you are affected, then you can submit a compensation claim. Then hold seed phrases offline. So do not attempt to recover or synchronize your wallet by typing your 15 to 24 word phrase into third-party interfaces. The flaw lies in the public addresses and signature mapping, not standard seed generation. So this is what you should actually take note of, and don't go to third parties, because as this has happened, the scammers are very wild. So they will come out with a lot of videos and a lot of links to sites that will tell you how to recover your funds, and if you fall for those scams, you will definitely lose much. So beware, and that is why we are working on these videos to make you stay safe and guarded in times like this. Then asset restitution, or the SecondFi has engaged an external international accounting firm to audit and merge all compromised addresses, facilitating direct reimbursement. So the SecondFi team, they are not sleeping, and they are actually working. And we also have the hardware wallet users. So hardware wallet users, if you have your assets or your tokens, Cardano tokens, or assets in a hardware wallet, either Ledger, Nano, S or X, or Trezor, SecondFi interfaces are completely unaffected and were immune to this exploit. So because usually these hardware wallets are secured offline, it makes it difficult for them to be to be breached. Yeah, so as for hardware wallets, if you have your funds there, it is secured. So active threat warning, phishing recovery tool. So malicious coordinate actors are active on Discord, Telegram, and X, that's formerly Twitter, claiming to be SecondFi support specialists or deploying emergency claim portals to help you restore stolen funds. These are fake. They will request your seed phrase to authorize compensation. So never disclose your phrase. So that is very, very important, because like I said earlier, as it stands now, the scammers or the fraudsters are also very active on Discord, on Telegram, and on X, which is formerly Twitter, coming out with a whole lot of sweet talks and portraying themselves as the support team for SecondFi that can help you recover your funds if you are part of the 374 wallets that were affected, addresses that were affected. And so how to easily determine that these people are fraudulent or scammers is that they are going to request for your recovery phrase. And bear in mind, during wallet creation, it is made known that your recovery phrase is yours and yours alone. Under no circumstance should you share such phrase with any other person. So the narrative has not changed. It's still like that. So never share your either your 15 words or 24 words recovery phrase with anyone. So never disclose your security phrase or your recovery phrase, else you are going to be in great trouble. So let's also look at the SAFE chapter, safety and migration. So verified safe migration guidelines. So because scammers frequently exploit rebranding events to target community members, Emugo has issued strict guidance on the transition sequence. So verify these structural indicators. So my transition checklist. So we have also kept this. So as you interact with our article, this actually sticks into your mind so that you will never fall victim to scammers. Yes. So number one. So this is the checklist. All you need to do is that you read the checklist, then you check. So once you do that, it actually sticks and you will never forget. So I have secured my 15 or 24 24-word recovery phrase offline. I understand SecondFi will never ask me to enter it. Good. So take note of that. So once you understand what you have read, just take it. Good. So I have verified my extension or app developer is listed as Emugo Limited in the official store. Alright, so whatever app you are interacting with in the name of Yoroi should have a direct link with what Emugo. If not, then probably note that you are dealing with scammers. I have auto updates enabled or will perform a manual update directly inside my verified browser or device app store. Yes, so that is what you need to do. If you are still using an older version of the SecondFi app, you need to update it to the newer one, because once there are patches and everything, it will take effect in the updated software they will release. But if your phone is also on auto app update, then that will do that for you. Then the last point on the checklists we added in our article: I am ignoring all DMs and emails that offer a manual migration tool or verification sync portal. Good. So never pay attention to any of this. So after clicking on this checklist, so what that means is that you understand that these are the ways in which fraudsters or scammers will come to you, trying to play on your ignorance to exploit your funds or to steal your funds. So once you understand this, that SecondFi will never ask for your recovery phrase, then the app you are installing should be listed among Emugo official apps, and from the official store you definitely see their details there. And also so that you don't fall for fraudulent apps. As it stands now, we have a lot of fraudulent apps coming in, so you need to be on the guard. And also make sure that you update your wallet to the current version, so as to patch every loophole that was in the former one. Then also make sure you are going to ignore every DMs and emails that will be sent, and they asking you that they are going to manually migrate your assets for you. Never pay attention to that. So active scam red flags: synchronize your wallet links. If a web tool or support agent asks you to input your seed phrase into a form, it is 100% a theft attempt. So ignore, don't even engage in conversations with them. Then security validation deposit: official updates do not require you to send any ADA or tokens to a verification address to upgrade. So take note of that. So if an entity is posing as a legit source to help you during the migration or to help you verify your addresses and ask you to send tokens, please don't do that. This process is entirely free, and once you are affected and use the right channel as stated, your funds will be restored securely back to you. Okay, so that is almost everything you need to know about SecondFi and the Security Explorer. So the final one is the reference library. So the reference library: detailed analysis of common questions regarding staking pools, the status of your existing funds, token transitions, and what historical features. So you can also read on some few reference libraries we have added, and you'll be cool to go. All right, so that is the lesson I have prepared for you today, and you realize that most of the delivery came from our interactive article. So the link to our article is also on the YouTube channel. You can click on it to read more and interact with the article. All right, so finally, before I end the lesson, so let's quickly take note of this as well. So critical distinction, Cardano is what? Secure. So I think that is one thing you should take note of. So there's one thing for a component of SecondFi to be what? Breached or exploited, and that is what? Different from we saying the Cardano blockchain itself is what? Exploited. So kindly take note of that. So the Cardano blockchain protocol itself is not what? Compromised. So that one is still fully secured. So the flaw is specific to what? The SecondFi software layer. So it's a software of SecondFi that has been what? Compromised. So the flaw is specific to what? The SecondFi software layer used to what? Create wallets. So that is the compromised part, and not the Cardano network itself. So please, let's be clear with this distinction and don't mix the two. So if your wallet was not generated via the faulty SecondFi phrases, your assets what? Remain safe. Alright, so it's the software layer for creating wallets of SecondFi that was what? Compromised, but not the Cardano blockchain. Yes. So thank you for making time to listen to this lesson. Try to also read more on the details from our article, and also the verified sources. We have placed the links to read more and stay protected. Do have a great day. Bye.